Like warning, this podcast may contain offensive topics such as politics, religion, wrestling, and stupid people videos. If by any time you find yourself offended, well, there's nothing I can do about it. Consider yourself warned. For those of you who don't get easily offended by a bowl of applesauce, enjoy the show!
Yeah, enjoy the show.
Solar freaking roadways.
What are they?
They're a waste of time.
Coming to you from the west suburbs of Chicago, it's the Podcast YouTube Talk Show. Oh, by the way, you saw in that one cut right there, shot, they're eating pizza. They're fucking eating pizza!
Hey, it would be easy to do.
No, it would not. Shut up.
If you make a claim that Sandy Hook is real,
It is.
you have to prove your claim.
Why? Why do I have to prove my claim? That doesn't make sense. Oh, that does not make sense. Suggestive programming would say, the Hulk Hogan, the Macho Man, one time said, we're going to take down the Twin Towers, brother.
What do you do when they've got the kids going in circles in and out of the building with their hands up? I've watched the footage, and it looks like a drill.
When you...
Out of our entire solar system, we're the only planet that's flat.
Got these people. Listen, please. I'm begging. I need help.
In the butthole, in my butthole, flame coming out of my butthole.
Welcome back, guys. This is the Podcast YouTube Talk Show. I'm your host, Kevin. And it's the first time in a long time. Well, actually, more like a year. Since the last time I did a podcast show. Oh, my legs have fallen asleep because I've been sitting here for so long. Sorry about the mix up. I'm trying to get this thing started, and for whatever reason, I was having technical difficulties getting the live stream going. So I say, you know what? I just have to change days around. I'll have to work on that at a later time. But anyway, here we are. A year later, I'm back doing the pod show videos again. It's been awesome. Of course, now sorry, this technical difficulties I've been having trying to get this the live stream started is like Anyway, but yeah. So I've decided, you know what? It's been about a year since I did the last podcast talk show, and I decided, you know what? It's time to bring it back. And but hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself before I begin. The chat room, wherever that is, I think it's, I think I'm pointing in the wrong direction. There it is, over there, yeah. The chat room over there, it's open for business, so, so I'm waiting for people to show up. I don't know if anyone's going to show up tonight, whatever, I'll try to, read your comments as the live stream goes on. I'll try to read them as best I can. Well, considering I'm a small channel, that's going to probably not be that hard. Keep up with the little audience I do have. Oh, anyway. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, okay. I've decided that it's been about a year since I've done this podcast stream. So you know what? I'm bring it back. Let's just talk about whatever. I'm open to talk about. If you got questions, like I said, just ask me questions. If you're watching this, on playback, go ahead and leave your questions in the comments below. I'll try, get to your questions in the next live stream, perhaps. So yeah, that's it. Other than that, I'm excited to bring this back, and boy, there's two videos I found that I definitely want to talk about tonight. Juicy ass videos. I'm sorry, that came off wrong. Interesting videos. News videos about, of course, Trump. Yeah, that's been a thing. Trump's been in the news a lot, obviously, because he's Trump and all. Yeah. So, God, now I'm just rambling on. But I want to go ahead and bring up the first video that I found. The first video. Here, I'm going to. Oh, he's a little pump. Yeah, hi, Pumpkin. You're so cute. Awesome. All right, you enjoy your meal? All right, good, Pumpkin. Oh, hey, Jimmy. There's my little Jimmy. Or he's a big boy. Big boy Jimmy. Say hi to the audience, Jimmy. The cats. Cats are cool. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I had some videos I was going to play here. So the first news video that I found, I really want to talk about. It's kind of interesting. I guess Trump has some sort of way of paying for this wall. Well, you know what? Let's see what he has to say. I'm just going to close this one out here. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I gotta bring that one up here. Just a sec. We're gonna pull that up. Oh, I'm gonna put it up. Okay. So basically, the title of this news. I mean, this is like I found this tonight. Like this was posted on CNN News like not too long, like a couple hours ago or something like that. So this is news. This is like up to date news and all that fun stuff. Okay. So let's begin.
Are you open to this idea of the temporary spending measure to reopen the government?
Well, one of the ideas suggested is they open it, they pay a sort of a prorated down payment for the.
Oh, so I guess this is now a down payment. Oh, okay. Let's see what else he's gonna say. Hold on.
Wall, which I think people will agree that you need the wall. In fact, I see a lot of the Democrats are all.
Wait, hold on.
Almost all of them.
No. Okay. No. All right. First of all, let me just put this out there. Just my political view on this. No, Mr. President, no, we do not need this wall. Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess you could argue that we need border security, sure, but like a wall, in my opinion, is just not going to cut it. A wall would really not do anything. I mean, maybe help a little bit, but whatever. But the thing is, I mean, there's tunnels being discovered every. I forgot what I remember hearing something about like how they keep discovering new tunnels like every month or something like that. It's crazy. I mean, people could tunnel under this wall. There's new tunnels being discovered. Is that really going to? It's just really not going to help. A border wall is just. It's just not going to help. And plus, Trump has also said that the wall, or no, he's not going to be, from last I heard, he's not going to be coast to coast wall. So part of it's going to be a wall, then there's going to be gaps along the way. I don't know. This is getting really crazy, especially with the government being shut down for this long of a time. Like, this is just, frustrating, I guess. I know this is probably frustrating a lot of Americans out there. I just wish, Trump would stop throwing a temper tantrum and start being a president. We really need to reopen the government. Well, I don't know if we really. Well, I guess we do, but whatever. All right, let's continue.
Breaking, saying, "Look, walls are good. Walls are good." Big difference from what you had 2 or 3 weeks ago. And the vote, we had the vote on our bill, which we won 50 to 47. That was our bill, but we got one Democrat. It was 50 to 47. And we need, as you know, we have to get 60. We don't have 60 votes, so we need Democrat support. We didn't get Democrat support other than from a actually wonderful man, as you know, Senator Manchin.
Wonderful man.
And who's doing the right thing for his people. I mean, he's doing the right thing for West Virginia, frankly. And the other bill, it was 52-44, and that included a lot of hurricane relief for a lot of different states. So it's sort of not something, some of them really voted for the hurricane relief, which they felt they needed. That was 52-44, but you need 60, so that didn't go anywhere. So we knew they both were not going to go anywhere, we thought. And now Mitch is negotiating with Chuck Schumer, and we'll see what happens. I think they just left a meeting. They just had a meeting. I think they're going out to see their people, but they just left. So we had 2 bills. I think we did very well. The Republicans held, except for 2. The Republicans held. 2 were not there. They weren't able to be there. So there were 2 non-votes. But even with 2 non-votes, I think they would have been good votes for us. It's 50 to 47. We won. But we need 60 votes because of the 60-vote rule. And so I just really want to thank the Republicans for holding. Again, on the other one, that was the opening up. That's 52-44, but you need 60 votes, so it's a long way short. And a lot of those votes were based on the fact that there was hurricane relief for certain states.
But would you also reopen the temporary spending without money for the wall? Would you just to reopen?
Well, I wouldn't be happy with it. I wouldn't be happy. But we have a lot of alternatives. Honestly, we have everybody. Look, for the most part, people agree. When I say everybody, I would say almost everybody agree. We have to have border security. We have to have a wall in order to have border security. You cannot have border security without a wall. I mean, we can play games and we can talk about technology. We can talk about drones flying around. You know, right?
Oh my God! Oh no! Yeah. Oh, we don't. Oh my God! Headache. Got like a major headache now. No, like I said, the last, like the poll that I saw on the internet said something like, what was like 70%, 76, something like that. Like Americans poll, like 76% said no, we do not support this. I'm sorry, that was the question that was asked. You know, is the government shutdown worth it for this border wall, this proposed border wall, for the Trump wall? You know, is this government shutdown worth it? And apparently, from the poll taken, like I said, 76% said no, it's not worth it. Well, like something like, what, 34% said something like yes, it is worth it. So no, the majority of Americans do not support this, don't think that it's worth it. You know, I don't think it's worth it. Like I said, it's just this whole, like, this is frustrating. Yeah, I mean, government's partial shutdown here. You know, was it 800,000 federal workers not getting paid? A park trash getting out of hand. I mean, it's just, and you know, certain programs, like government programs, you know, like I guess like food stamps, stuff like that. You know, it's up in the air. You know, whether that's gonna be funded or not. It's just over a stupid border wall. I'm sorry to say that, but it is. It's a stupid border wall. You know, it's just like it's not going to solve. Putting a border wall on the south border is just not going to solve anything. I mean, hello, like I said, there's tunnels being discovered every month. New ones being discovered every month. They'll just tunnel under it. They'll fly over it. They'll, like, you know, go to the airports. I mean, like, what about border security at airports? What about the seaports? You know, like, you know, people can get on boats and just go, you know, like around that way. I mean, people can get into the United States through boats. And then people get into the United States from the north border, you know, up there by Canada. I mean, it's like, I just don't see the logic in this border wall, like, at all. So, like I said, I mean, the government shutdown it's just not worth it. But anyway, let's continue see what the reporters ask.
Formed is an 8,000 person caravan. And the caravan is heading our way. Congratulations. We have another one. We stopped the first one. We stopped the second one. I wouldn't say that Tijuana is too happy, but they're happily living in Tijuana right now. And a lot of them have gone back. But we stopped them. But it's very tough. And if we didn't have a wall in those areas, it would have been very hard to stop them. We have the military and we have the Border Patrol. They've done an incredible job. And ICE has done an incredible job all over the country, frankly. We've removed thousands of MS-13 and others out of our country. But if we had a wall, we wouldn't have that problem. It would be great. So we have a lot of alternatives. But I'm just honored that almost all of the Republicans voted for our bill. Our bill is the bill that we were really focused on. But we had almost all of the Republicans. So the end result was 50-47. The Democrats lost one that came over to our side. So they pretty much held, and we held. And again, we were missing 2 Republicans. They couldn't vote. They were not here.
Do you get the sense there's enough movement to end the shutdown soon? Or do you going to see
well, I have to find out. After this meeting, we'll find out. But right now, Mitch McConnell's meeting with Chuck Schumer, and Steve, they'll have to see what happens. They're meeting to see if they can work out something, maybe on a temporary basis where we start. But we have a lot of alternatives. There are a lot of people that want this to happen. I'll tell you who wants this to happen. The military wants this to happen. Because this is a virtual invasion of our country. Of drugs, of human traffickers, of...
No, this is this is just wasted time. It's like, Anyway, sorry. Looks like my live stream might have cut out. Technical issues, I know, problems here. I think my live stream just cut out. Oh, I hate this. No, I you know what it is? I did get, a new computer. Since the last time I actually did it, really, YouTube work. I think I'm going to have to invest in some more like memory or something. I don't know. Like, this computer is giving me a little bit of a headache as far as streaming goes. Anyway. Oh, there's my little doggy Rex. Rex, yes. Hello. So, well, anyway, I think the live stream cut out on me. Damn it. Sorry. Sorry about that, guys. Well, I mean, if it did, it did. I mean, I don't know what else I could do here. Oh, I guess it didn't cut out. Okay. Because I'm just checking to make sure. Okay, I think we're okay. But anyway, you guys could, like, watch it, If you miss anything, just go back and watch the, the video on it later when it's just, uploaded or when it just renders as a regular video. I don't know. Anyway, this is get this guy off my green screen over here. Come on, dude, go away. You'll suck. But that's not all. I do have another video, this is a breaking news one, so maybe, I should probably play this one first, yeah. I should play this one first, because this is breaking news. This one that I just played with Trump, yeah, not so much, whatever. But yeah, I'm going to bring up the next one here. It's about the State of the Union. So there's some breaking news on the State of the Union. Because as you know, as we all know, kind of give you some, like, you know, the background in case people, you know, don't know what's going on in politics. So basically what's happening is, you know, Nancy Pelosi is, you know, saying like, oh, if, you know, the shutdown continues like it is, you're not going to get your State of the Union, Mr. President. Sorry. So there's been that stuff going on. So now the YouTube video I found today, this evening, breaking news, says Pelosi, well, the title of it says Pelosi claims win over Trump's in State of the Union showdown. That's a weird title. Sorry, guys. I'm also trying to work out some technical difficulties on my side as well. Sorry about that. Anyway, let's bring this up for our enjoyment. I don't know if it's really our enjoyment or not. I don't know.
While you were sleeping, the battle over the State of the Union took a dramatic turn. The president has conceded to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. He now says he will not deliver the State of the Union address until the government shutdown is over, after Nancy Pelosi had disinvited him. The president tweeting, quote, as the
hold on. I gotta back this one up. What the
While you were sleeping, the battle over the State of the Union took a dramatic turn. The president has conceded to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. He now says he will not deliver the State of the Union address until the government shutdown is over, after Nancy Pelosi had disinvited him. The president tweeting, quote, as the shutdown was going on, Nancy Pelosi asked me to give the State of the Union address. I agreed. She then changed her mind because of the shutdown, suggesting a later date. This is her prerogative. I will do the address when the shutdown is over. I am not looking for an alternative venue for the State of the Union address because there is no venue that can compete with the history, tradition, and importance of the House.
No, here. Hold on. Stop. I think I could translate that. When Trump said, you know, there's like no place, like he's looking for, I guess he's looking for an alternative place to do the State of the Union. He's like, oh, you know, I can't find an alternative place. In other words, I guess Kim Jong-un isn't going to say, yeah, Trump, come on over, you know, North Korea, host your State of the Union over here. I guess his best friend Kim Jong-un, you know, said no. I'm just joking, but seriously, I wouldn't be surprised if Trump actually did try to have the State of the Union in North Korea. I really wouldn't be surprised. At this point, I would not be surprised. Let's just put it that way. Even though I was joking, trying to make a joke, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Chamber. I look forward to giving a great State of the Union address in the near future.
It was a solid read.
Thank you.
All right, sources tell CNN the White House was caught off guard by Speaker Pelosi's move to revoke his invitation, and the president is increasingly mystified. His tactics have failed to turn the tables on Democrats. Well, as this is going on, 800,000 federal workers, they will miss a second
surprise. Yeah, he's failed a lot. So I guess it's just hate on Trump Day here, but seriously, I mean, okay. Before we go any further, this is why I did not vote for Trump. And then, for the record, I didn't vote for Hillary either. For the record, you could say I voted third party. I utilized, you know how like on the voting card, you say like you can write in your own candidate write-in. Let's just say I exercise my write-in candidate freedom here. So yeah, but like like I said, this is why I don't like voting. To be quite honest, I just don't like it because the options are just so bad. I mean, please give me a candidate that we can like get behind, you know. And in the last presidential election we had with Clinton and Trump, it's like, oh my God, that was so bad. That was just so bad. I mean, talk about voting for the lesser of two evils. I mean, there was just no win with that election. There really was not. We didn't have any win. It doesn't matter who won. Like, I mean, I don't know if we would be in this situation now with if Hillary won. I don't know if we would have been, you know, in the same situation, whether the government shut down or not. Who knows? But it's like, anyway.
Check this week.
There you go.
2 measures to end the shutdown. They will go up for a vote in the Senate, but they are expected to fail today. Joining us now, Dana Bash, CNN chief political correspondent, Crystal Ball, president of the People's House Project, and Joshua Green, CNN political analyst and national correspondent for Bloomberg Business Week. Dana, I want to know what changed. Yesterday, the president called in the White House press pool to say, I'm looking for an alternative location, to threaten Nancy Pelosi. And then last night, while we were all sleeping, for some reason, he caved.
Yes. I mean, what we're hearing from the White House, I heard from a source I know, or Abby Phillip heard as well, is that he is telling his advisor.
Shut up. There you go. Of course he would cave. This is Trump we're talking about here. Of course he's going to cave. Of course he would cave. Are we really that surprised? Are we really that surprised? I'm sorry, I'm just having like a mental breakdown here. I mean, no, we should not be surprised at all. Of course he's going to fail. He has failed. He's failed in the past. Before he was president of the United States, he failed. He's failed big time. He's failed casinos. He fucking bankrupt casinos. He filed for bankruptcy. How do you bankrupt a casino? Trump Airlines. Trump Steak. Trump Vodka. There's a Trump board game, believe it or not. There was a lot of Trump stuff. There was a lot of business ventures, like I said, with the airlines. I mean, that they all fail. Trump University, that failed big time too. I mean, it failed so much that they had to legally not call it a university. That's how bad he failed at it. And we elected his president. Oh, well, the electoral college, I should say. Because remember, Hillary Clinton did win the popular vote. So, but regardless of the outcome of the presidential election, here we are. This is exactly, why I didn't vote for the guy. I mean, I didn't want to vote for the Wicked Witch of the West, and I didn't want to vote for Mr. Authoritarian 5-year-old here. Oh my God. It just makes me laugh. Like laugh inside, or I guess inside it made me feel bad laughing about it, but then we got people act so surprised. Oh, how could he fail us? Because you guys, I guess expect too much. I don't know. Oh my gosh. All right, continue.
And was last night, I don't want to do this anywhere else. I want to do it in the House chamber where it's supposed to happen. That might be part of the reason, but there are obviously...
Again, even though I was making a joke, like, oh, he's going to... Kim Jong-un turned down his place's invitation to host this union. I mean, seriously, at this point in time, I would not be surprised if I wake up tomorrow morning and Trump's in the the headline news saying that he's going to he found an alternate place to have the union. It's going to be at Kim Jong-un's house in North Korea. Like I really would not be surprised. I really would not be surprised. Serious to God, I would not be surprised if that actually happened. This is exactly why I don't like voting for the lesser of two evils. Because you're going to get screwed either way. And like I said from the other video we just had watched earlier about the whole border thing, it's like, I mean, my opinion on this is, yeah, I mean, border wall, like I said, ain't going to do jack shit. And we're just wasting our time. We're wasting our energy. Stop with this bullshit. Reopen the fucking government. And let's continue, shall we?
There's so many factors here. First of all, they're seeing the poll numbers at the White House. They understand that this is not good for the president, for his approval rating generally, and of course his approval rating on this issue is so much lower than Nancy Pelosi's. That matters to the president. And also, it's been going on a long time. And there was a sense, listening to people like James Clyburn, who I know you're going to have on later this hour, talking about a potential new Democratic package in the House, that maybe that was an opening and maybe things can cool for, I don't know, a few hours while the Senate takes these show votes, that's what they are going to be later today. They're going to get that out of their system and hope that maybe compromise can start to happen.
Crystal, when I read this tweet from the president, and as we know, sometimes these things are ghostwritten by one of his staff, and this did not seem to follow his usual voice or syntax. However, the message stands. I mean, it's hard to imagine that somebody would have snuck in and grabbed Twitter away from him, wrestled Twitter away from him, and written it. And I just think it's notable. I think it's notable that he gave up the fight in the middle of the fight. I think that we haven't seen often. And the tone of this is her prerogative, he says. There's no nasty Nancy nickname that he has given to so many other people. I just think that we just need to pause for a moment and recognize there's some dynamic between Nancy Pelosi and President Trump that is different than the mold.
That is going to be fascinating to watch unfold. But yeah, I mean, what's notable here is he actually made a good and presidential decision. He's absolutely right that trying to do the State of the Union somewhere else or knocking on the door and being rejected or whatever was going to be a mess, because the reality is this president lost the shutdown fight before it ever happened, when he had everybody in the Oval Office and said, I will take credit for the shutdown. I would be proud to shut down the government for border security. In that moment, the fight was over, and it is not salvageable for him. The other thing I would say here is welcome to divided government. For the first time.
I kind of agree with her. I mean, I'm not like a big fan of CNN by any stretch of the imagination, though. But I mean, yeah. I kind of actually agree with that, you know. He lost this battle before it even began. I mean, like I said earlier, you know, if you go back and look at his past business deals, Trump Airline, you know, University, all the other stuff I mentioned, like casinos, it's like, yeah. He's not presidential material, like, at all. So, I mean, right now, yeah, I'm taking a big dump on Trump. And rightfully so, because he's stupid. But I mean, I would be lying if I said I was not happy that Trump won the presidential election. Actually was seriously hoping he would win. And he did win. Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to vote for him at all. I didn't want to, like, you know, be like, oh my God, I voted for this asshole. No, I didn't want to have any, you know, part in that. But I have to say, for the record, I'm glad he did win. Only because now we get to kind of see the results. Because think about it, if he never won the election, and let's say Hillary won, and let's just say, for example, yeah, we were in the same situation now, like that we're in now with Hillary, and people are like, oh man, Trump should have won. We would never, like, America would have been great if Trump had won. You know, there would be no government shutdown if Trump had won. You know, like, you know, that kind of thing. Like, because, you know, Trump did so. I mean, that was like the one thing I do give Trump credit for during the election. Was like he knew how to talk to people. He knew how to sell a dream. I mean, he was really good at campaigning. I do give him credit for that. But that's like the only thing he knew how to do is campaign. Like, he doesn't, like, beyond that, as you can see the results from his presidency, he sucks. And that's why I'm glad he did win, so that we all can see the results. It's no longer like, oh, well, you know, if Trump had won, you know, I bet we wouldn't have a government shutdown. And, oh, everything would be just so great and awesome, and we would have this awesome, we would have this awesome border wall right now. Yeah, if Trump had won the presidency, oh yeah, we would have that border wall like within the first year of his presidency. Yeah, like, because that was what he sold Americans on, like this promise of a better life, and that's just not happening. And I knew this was going to happen. I mean, I didn't know that he was going to shut down the government, but this just chaos, if you will. That's why I figure it was going to happen. That's why I don't vote for the lesser of two evils. I just never do. Now, in the midterm elections, you know, I did vote, well, for the state of Illinois. I mean, all right, so the only really thing I really cared about in the midterm elections was getting rid of stupid Governor Bruce Rauner, getting rid of his ass. That was like the only thing I really cared about, and the marijuana legislation. Now Illinois wasn't voted on, you know, recreational marijuana legalization. Unfortunately, of course, Illinois is not going to vote on that just yet. But the good news is I did hear that the new governor, JB, supposedly is working on trying to do that, pass or legalize recreational marijuana, which I hope he does. But whenever we have elections like midterms, presidential elections, stuff like that, I'm always looking at, you know, what states of the United States of America, which state voted on recreational marijuana. And thank God, you know, Michigan got on board. There's another state. There was the Michigan and, geez, now my mind's running blank at the moment. But there was another one that voted for legalized weed. I'm hoping, I mean, I'm glad, you know, opinions on marijuana has changed over the years. Because growing up as a kid in the 80s, like we were all taught, yeah, marijuana's bad, this is bad, everything's bad, drugs are bad, okay. Drugs are bad, okay. We all talk about that, you know, in the 80s. Drugs are bad, okay. But today, people's minds are changing, so that's a positive, you know, outlook on politics, I guess. That we are starting to kind of get our heads out of our asses about drugs, and like, yeah, you know, the war on drugs is going nowhere, so we need to end the war on drugs, and all that. So back to dumbass Trump. Yeah. Oh, I took his. Let's put this back up here. Let's see what else she's got to say.
Democrats can't just go up and complain and whine. They actually have some power. And I think the president, for the first time, is wrapping his head around exactly what that means.
Can I say one quick thing? Not just power,
yes, please say
but a powerful person who wields the power in a very direct and specific way.
Sorry,
and I think that's why
myself.
my understanding in talking to people around the president for some time is that that's why Nancy Pelosi doesn't so far have a nickname. He respects money and he respects power and being able to wield power.
Well,
and
I could have told you that.
She might have the first, but the second is really what's getting her his attention.
When if you look at this fight over the State of the Union address, that is a fight that Nancy Pelosi herself orchestrated and then won. I mean, what is that if not a clear display of power? She sent a note to Trump saying, hey, maybe you want to rethink this. Trump said, no, I'm going to come. And she slapped it down and said, no, you're not going to come. You know, and forced him to back down. I mean, that's a real display of power that I think you can understand and expect.
You know, Crystal brought up the point where the president owned the shutdown. That may have been a high point for him.
Oh, yes. Oh, I almost, like, my mind just went off on a tangent. But, yes, thank you for bringing that up, about the president owning it. That's the other thing that's pissing me off! Just a little. Yeah, a lot of people are kind of forgetting that Trump said so himself that he was going to take the mantle on this. He was proud of a government shutdown. And in fact, I went on Facebook and said that, like, oh my God, the president of the United States just said he would be proud of a government shutdown. Like, who would fucking say that? Well, I guess Trump would say that, but yeah, people are forgetting Trump told Nancy Pelosi before she's nominated Speaker of the House and Chuck Schumer in that White House briefing before the government shutdown. He actually said to them, to Chuck, I'm going to take the mantle on this. Don't worry, I'm not going to blame you, Chuck. I'm going to take the mantle on this. I am proud. I would be proud, to own this government shutdown. He said that. So, yeah, I kind of do put most of the majority of the blame on Trump. Now, yes, I guess you could blame the Democrats too for this, but like I'm saying, most of this blame should be on Trump because he said he was going to take the mantle. He was going to own it. And he should own it because he said it. Yeah, well, what wonderful videos to show on bringing the podcast show back. It's like, politics. I mean, there's been... All right, I'm going to kind of go off on a rant here a little bit. I'm so full of rants today. Let the pumpkin... Here, even better. Here. There you go. Now we can all watch my cat eat food from the food dish. Anyway, like the rant that I'm going to go on here is just like the news has, like, for the last year this past year has been crazy. It has been absolutely crazy with Donald Trump being in the White House. I mean, this is why it's like, you know, maybe I should bring the YouTube show back here to talk about stuff like this, because I mean, there's just so much craziness going on in the news with politics, the shutdown, the just Trump being like Trump, you know. This is just insane. And, you know, I'm just kind of rambling on right now, but it's true. Oh, hello. Say hi to the people that we're going to probably be watching this in playback. You know, okay. All right. Bye. Hello, Jimmy. How are you doing? Anyways, yeah. But don't worry. I'm not just going forward with the podcast shows. You know, I'm not just going to talk about politics all the time, although I can. And obviously, I have my opinions and stuff I like to share. I'll talk about just about anything, really. So don't be afraid to ask questions, comment, leave comments like that, like maybe topic suggestions, whatever you want me to talk about. I'm pretty much open to talk about anything, like I said. Yeah, pretty much anything. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I'm good. I would like to talk about other stuff too, so. But today, like, just doing like 5 minutes of searching on YouTube, I found these 2 videos like right away. I'm like, oh my god! Like, I mean, this is breaking news too. So, of course, I had to talk about it. Ugh. All right, see what else they have to say
in this battle, because, and Josh, you've written about this, there are startling new economic numbers. They're startling security realities for the 800,000 federal workers out there. But Kevin Hassett, the White House chief economist, told Poppy Harlow we could see 0% growth this quarter. At Bloomberg Businessweek, this is the kind of stuff you care about deeply.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote in the cover story this week, went around and polled economists. Hassett came out, said we could zero out growth. And it is clear if this shutdown goes on, there could be, and eventually there will be a recession. So it has to rectify itself. The problem is there are 2 things different about this shutdown than past ones. Number one, it's the first one engineered by the president himself.
Right.
That actually gives him a lot of power to mitigate the damage to people, right? He sent all these IRS workers back to work so that the middle class doesn't revolt when they don't get their tax refunds. He's kept TSA workers on the job to the extent that he can. But what that means is the government has stayed shut and the economic damage has continued to compound to a really scary point. If this thing doesn't get settled in the next few weeks, there's going to be real fallout that's going to be felt throughout the economy.
And if I could just add on to that, I mean, there's reporting that Mick Mulvaney, the acting chief of staff, whatever that means, is going around trying to assess, what programs are going to be impacted here.
If it goes on for months, by the way, the deadline is through April, yeah.
And the reality is, look, you have TSA workers, you have correctional officers, you have Border Patrol agents, you have people who cannot go that long without a paycheck. They're going to up and get another job. Already
Yeah. I mean, I think pretty much now they're just going to be like, yeah, blah, 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 I mean, nothing, I don't think there's anything really more interesting they're going to say, but I mean, just kind of stating the obvious. That's, shutdown's not going to work. I'm sorry. It's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. Yeah, I think I pretty much covered what I want to cover on those videos. Yeah. I mean, what else can I say? So yeah, that's been my little rant about Trump. Now, like, speaking of ranting on Trump, it reminds me of this video I did a while back. Yeah, it's in my you'll see in my playlist of, I think it was one of my rant videos I did. I went full on ranting on Trump. Like, that's just how I feel about the guy. Like, like this is some weird joke. Some weird joke. Some weird joke. So that's been interesting. So anyway, I'm just going to look, see what I have. Okay, well, how long have I been on the air? On the air. Live stream, I mean. On the air. Whoa, okay. I'm trying to look here. Just a second here. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. About earlier, I was trying to get this show started, and I was running into a lot of technical difficulties tonight. Like I said, the new computer that I got since I think since the last time I did any sort of live stream. Yeah, it's kind of ran into a bit of a problem trying to get this live stream to go in, so I had to quickly change it out to just a new like link where you can like just automatically start streaming. Yeah, so there's definitely going to be a lot of ironing out technical difficulties for the future podcast shows. I really do miss doing this. Like I've missed doing YouTube videos because my life has gotten so busy. I have a full-time job during the day. Then I have, I'm a father as well. I'm raising a son, and being kind of, a little tight on money here and there. I had to do some, I do rideshare driving sometimes, just make a little extra money. So yeah, like I said, I've had a pretty busy life this past year, 2017. I feel kind of bad neglecting my channel. It just like sits there, like my YouTube channel sits there, like please upload some more videos, please. You've forgotten about me. Like, so I think pretty much I've taken a year off from YouTube. Come to think of it, I haven't done anything really. It's crazy. But I'm thinking, obviously I like doing these live streams. This is fun. Oh, that's right. It was in when was it? I'm trying to remember. I think it was in 2017. This is 2019 right now, right? Yeah, this is 2019. So no, back up to 2018. I'm sorry. Yeah, 2018. I was doing just live chat streams. So not much of a podcast show, I would say. I was just doing more live chats, which is fun. I enjoy doing that. I like doing a format just like what I just did a few minutes ago here. Last, an hour? Oh, it's almost been about an hour. According to my time here. Look at the computer. Yeah, it's been about an hour since I since this live stream's been going, so it's been about an hour. Cool. Okay. So this past hour, this is the type of structure that I guess I want to do with live streaming, with podcast show, kind of going forward. So I think this is what I'm going to want to do. Man, my mouth's getting really dry. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this up here really soon because it's been almost about an hour, like I said. But going forward, I think what I want to do is more of these podcast shows. I also want to get back into doing Let's Play videos I still have one more video I want to do on the Room video game. There's still one part of that video game I haven't done. I've neglected, unfortunately. I want to get that done. I have no idea when, but sometime in the near future or whatever. And there's other video games I might. So kind of like be on the lookout for that. So I'm going to try to do some just like Let's Play videos and these podcast shows. Because, what I love about doing live stream like this, what I really love is interacting with fans, interacting with the audience. That's like, even like watching other people's live streams, I like doing that too. I like watching other people's live streams, other podcast shows, other live streams, and I love like interacting with people in the chat room. That's always fun. So yeah, I just want to do that on my own channel too. Oh my god, I'm like. Anyway, I should really get going, man. I'm getting tired now. My mouth is dry. Well, I should be drinking water, but I think like Thursday nights are usually pretty good. So definitely look out for Thursday night podcast shows. I'll see. Maybe I'll do like some more podcast shows during the week. Maybe the weekend. Yeah, maybe I'll do some more on other days too. But for right now, I think, yeah, definitely like Thursday nights are my nights. Like when the house is quiet, I got kind of the house to myself. My son, well, of course, I put him to bed early, so yeah. I don't know. I'm just rambling on and on and on and on and on. I should, shut the fuck up now. And please, like I said, please let me know what you guys think of me, or what you think of the podcast show. Leave comments in the comment section down below. Check out some of my other links I'll leave. Other than that, I mean, yeah, if you like what you saw tonight, please help by giving it a big old thumbs up. Commenting is always good. Sharing is great. Sharing is caring. All right. Yes, sharing is caring. And I'll see you in the next YouTube video I do. So anyway, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting tired. I'm getting out of here. You guys rock. Have an awesome day.